Good evening and welcome to the KDF Friday Bulletin, your trusted source for weekly updates on defense military activities, from operational highlights to the latest developments at the Ministry of Defense. I'm your host, Sergeant Kasim Ali, and here are our top stories tonight. President William Ruto presides over Cadets Commissioning Parade. Kenya Defense Forces remembers fallen heroes and heroine. Honorable Soipan Tuya conducts an inspection visit at Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani. The Kenya Defense Forces hold a one-day mental health outreach workshop in Gilgil region. The Kenya Defense Forces troops welcome Muruai residents back home after 20 years of being displaced. On to our first story tonight. His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and the Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces, presided over the commissioning parade for General Service Officer Cadets Intake 12 of 2025 and Graduates Officer Cadets Intake 42 of 2025 at the Kenya Military Academy in Lanet, Nakuru County. The officers have undergone comprehensive training focusing on both intellectual and character development to prepare them for leadership roles within the military. Take a look.
In his remarks, the Commander-in-Chief congratulated the newly commissioned officers for their endurance during the entire training period and urged them to abide by the oath of allegiance they undertook.
Remain faithful to your oath, serve with courage and valor, lead with integrity, and uphold the proud tradition of our defense forces.
He commended KDF's efforts in adopting cutting-edge technologies and building agile leaders ready to meet today's complex security demands, upholding peace and stability not only in Kenya, but also in the region and Africa. During the colorful commissioning ceremony, Kenya Military Academy Commandant Brigadier Peter Kimundio led the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces in awarding cadets who excelled in various fields during the course of their training. Thank you, sir. The President also commissioned the Lanet Regional Level 4 Hospital and the Ulinzi Prime Health Services Fund, initiatives that will enable members of the defense community to access military referral hospitals through existing insurance schemes, including the Social Health Insurance Fund and the Emergency, Chronic and Critical Illness Fund under the Social Health Authority. The newly commissioned General Service Officers have graduated as the first cohort with a Bachelor of Science in Defense and Strategic Security, a unique program offered by the National Defense University of Kenya. The program is designed to produce junior military leaders, not just for the Kenya Defense Forces, but also for the allied countries. Reporting for KDF News, my name is Sergeant Patience Asambu.
The Kenya Defense Forces fraternity gathered at Moi Air Base in Nairobi for a solemn memorial service in honor of fallen heroes and heroines who tragically lost their lives in a helicopter crash on 18th April 2024 in Sindar in Elgeyo Marakwet County. Among the 10 gallant individuals commemorated was the late Chief of the Defense Forces, General Francis Ogola, whose passing left a profound mark on the nation and the military community. Others remembered during the service included Brigadier Swale Saidi, Colonel Duncan Keitani, Lieutenant Colonel David Sawe, Major George Magondu, Captain Mohammed Sora, Captain Hilary Litali, Senior Sergeant John Mureithi, Sergeant Clephonse Omondi, and Sergeant Rose Nyawira. Each of these individuals was honored not only for their service to the nation, but also for the values they represented: courage, commitment, and unwavering patriotism. The memorial service served as a time of reflection, remembrance, and unity, offering strength and spiritual comfort to the bereaved families. During the interdenominational service, clergy urged the families to lean on faith and each other, assuring them that though their loved ones were gone in body, their spirits endure.
Speaking on behalf of the bereaved families, Mr. Charles Magondu father to the late Major George Magondu, expressed a heartfelt message of sorrow and gratitude. He acknowledged the steadfast support the families had received over the past year and praised the unbreakable bonds within the KDF family.
The pain remains, but we find strength in faith and unity. Our loved ones did not die. They took a break to rest in eternal peace as they fly a dance with the angels until we meet again at God's appointed time.
Colonel Kasarani Olekuruta, one of the surviving personnel from the crash, gave an emotional reflection on the journey of healing, both physically and emotionally.
We remember them, not for how they died, but for how they lived, they smiled, and how they mattered.
Major General Fatuma Ahmed, the Commander Kenya Air Force, paid tribute to the departed as brave and visionary leaders who served with distinction. She emphasized that the Kenya Defense Force's strength lies not only in its operational capability, but in its unity, resilience, and shared values, especially during times of tragedy.
We remember them as mentors and visionary leaders who actively contributed in shaping our present and future KDF into a force which is more agile, responsive, and people-centered.
General Charles Kahariri, the chief of the Defense Forces, described the day as one of reflection and collective remembrance. He expressed his gratitude to the families for attending the service and acknowledging their strength and resilience, which continue to inspire both the Kenya Defense Forces fraternity and the nation as a whole.
Our brothers and sisters served this nation with unmatched loyalty, courage, and were very dedicated to the family which they loved, in equal measure as was the service to duty. To honor their memory, we should honor their memory by carrying forward their mission in life and what they believed in.
Honorable Soipan Tuya, the Defense Cabinet Secretary, delivered Kenya's national statement at the high-level plenary session of the ongoing Partnering for Green Growth and the Global Goals 2030 Summit in Hanoi, Vietnam. The summit accelerates pioneering market-based partnerships to build sustainable and resilient economies. The session themed Global Partnership for Green Sustainability, Inclusion, Innovation, Responsible Actions was presided over by the host Prime Minister, His Excellency Pham Minh Chinh.
Kenya strongly believes that achieving the ambitious United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development Goals and the Paris Climate Agreement can only be possible by countries working together through robust networks from national, regional, and global levels with active participation of the private sector. By participating in the summit, Kenya has been able to leverage international support and funding to foster innovation and entrepreneurship in the climate sector, demonstrated by the rising number of startups anchored by government frameworks such as the 2016 to 2030 Green Economy Strategy.
Honorable Soipan Tuya, the Defense Cabinet Secretary, alongside her counterpart from the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, Honorable Salim Voria, conducted an inspection visit of the ongoing upgrade works at Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani, in Nairobi County. The Ministry of Defense, through Kenya Defense Forces, is assisting the Ministry of Sports to upgrade the 60,000-seater capacity stadium and its auxiliary training pitches as one of the venues for this year's African Nations Championship and the 2027 African Cup of Nations Championships.
So in our role as the Ministry of Defense is to offer a supervisory role to ensure timeliness in the completion of the projects, to ensure that the projects are up to standard, and of course to ensure that there is value for money that we get out of the projects.
And we've just concluded a quick inspection of Kasarani, and we're very happy with the progress that has been made here. I'm sure many of you who have been here before can see the visible transformation.
Lieutenant General David Tarus, the Commander Kenya Army, attended the African Land Forces Summit in Accra, Ghana, co-organized by the Ghana Armed Forces and the United States Army Southern European Task Force Africa. The summit brought together land force leaders from over 40 African countries to discuss shared security challenges, enhance military cooperation, and strengthen partnerships across the continent. The event served as a critical platform to strengthen regional stability and promote collective approaches to evolving security challenges in Africa. Major General Jeff Nyaga, General Officer commanding Western Command, visited Kenya Army troops undertaking sustenance training in Isiolo County. The visit aimed at asserting the relevance of training as a key pillar of operational effectiveness. Major General Nyaga underscored the critical role that continuous personal and collective training plays in ensuring that troops remain mission ready. Brigadier Muhammad Shemote, the Commander Kenya Navy Fleet, recently led a delegation of Kenya Navy officers and sailors in the Africa-India Key Maritime Engagement. The event was officially inaugurated in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, by the Tanzania Minister of Defense and National Service, Dr. Stagomena Lawrence Tax. The exercise, co-hosted by India and Tanzania, aims to strengthen maritime security cooperations among participating nations. It serves as a platform for fostering collaborations, sharing expertise, and addressing regional maritime challenges.
The inauguration ceremony marks the beginning of a 6-day program that includes 2 phase exercises, Harbour Phase and Sea Phase. Kenya Navy's active participation in the exercise reflects its dedication to contributing to the collective efforts of African and Indian maritime forces in promoting peace and stability across the region, as well as enhancing interoperability with partner nations.
The Defense Saving and Credit Cooperative Society, the Sacco, is a premium financial institution dedicated to serving the unique needs of both serving and retired military personnel. The cooperative aims at enhancing the overall financial well-being of their members by providing affordable and accessible savings and credit facilities, competitive interest rates, and flexible terms. The products include savings accounts, which are interest earning, a variety of loan products including personal loans, educational loans, development loans, and emergency loans. The Sacco also offers insurance services comprising of life insurance and general insurance. It also gives investment opportunities where members can invest and earn dividends based on profitability. Call 0205134900 for inquiries. Defense Sacco, Ngao Halisi. Welcome back. And now crossing borders to the Democratic Republic of Congo. The Kenya Defense Forces troops serving under the United Nations Organization Stabilization Mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo, MONUSCO, made a humanitarian contribution to the people of North Kivu by donating a water tank and assorted medical supplies to Zuma Healthcare Center. The donations, made in the spirit of Easter, is geared towards supporting the healthcare facilities' capacity to serve local communities amidst ongoing insecurity and displacement in the region.
Speaking during the handover ceremony, Lieutenant Colonel Simon Silda, the Kenya Defense Forces contingent commander, emphasized Kenya's commitment to supporting local communities and strengthening civil-military relations as part of its peacekeeping mission. He reaffirmed the troops' readiness to go beyond security duties to offer humanitarian support where needed. The health center staff and local leaders expressed their gratitude for the timely donation, noting that the improved water supply and medical stock would significantly enhance patient care and overall hygiene at the facility. Kenya Defense Forces continues to play a crucial role in protecting civilians, supporting stabilization efforts, and assisting in humanitarian interventions across its area of operation in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo.
Switching gears to the North Rift region, the Kenya Defence Forces troops operating under Operation Maliza Uhalifu have extended a warm welcome to the residents of Murwai Olkedemi village in Baringo County, who were recently resettled after being displaced for over 20 years due to intercommunal clashes in Mukutani area. The troops distributed assorted supplies including clean drinking water and conducted a medical camp to support the returning families.
Speaking at the event, Captain Kizito Bingi, the officer commanding Mukutani Forward Operating Base, assured residents of their safety as they begin rebuilding their lives. Mr. Samson Lekumbe, an elder and chairperson representing the resettled families, thanked the multi-agency security teams for their commitment to restoring peace and ensuring security in the region. Meanwhile, Kenya Defence Forces troops stationed at the Chesitet Forward Operating Base responded to a distress call from residents of Lomelo by delivering water directly to their kraal, helping to reduce the hardship of long journeys in search of water for both household use and livestock.
The Kenya Defence Forces held a one-day mental health outreach workshop in the Gilgil region, specifically targeting spouses of service members who are currently deployed or preparing for deployment. The workshop themed Stabilize the Home Front brought together mental health professionals, counselors and military chaplains in collaborative effort to support the emotional well-being of military families.
The event focused on providing psychological support, equipping spouses with practical coping strategies, and strengthening their resilience during the challenging periods of deployment and reintegration. Participants engaged in sessions of emotional wellness, relationship building, stress management, communication skills, and other effective coping mechanisms aimed at fostering a stable and supportive home environment. Speaking during the event, Brigadier Joel Cherutich, the Gilgil Garrison Commander, emphasized the vital role of military spouses. The participants expressed appreciation for the initiative, noting that it validated their experiences and provided them with valuable tools to navigate emotional ups and downs of military life. With deployment being an ongoing part of military life, initiatives like the Gilgil Outreach Workshop are vital in providing support and connection, ensuring military families don't face the journey alone.
Moving to the coastal region, troops from 19 Kenya Rifles based at Witu Forward Operating Base under Operation Amaniboni joined the Kenya Red Cross Society in commemorating 60 years of humanitarian service celebrations held in Witu, Lamu County. Themed Service to Humanity, the event brought together local leaders, members of the public, humanitarian organizations, security agencies, financial institutions, and schools in Witu. Kenya Defence Forces involvement underscored its broader role in humanitarian civic assistance, especially in regions recovering from insecurity.
The celebrations featured voluntary blood donations, the distribution of sanitary towels to schoolgirls, and the planting of over 600 tree seedlings across the area. KDF troops also conducted basic first aid demonstrations to equip locals with life-saving skills. Speaking at the event, Captain Kenneth Kimathi Kirimi, officer commanding Witu Forward Operating Base, reaffirmed the military's commitment to humanitarian and development efforts. The Red Cross Regional County Coordinator for Lamu Branch, Mr. Abdul Hakim Mahmoud, commended the long-standing spirit of volunteerism and unity that has defined the organization's mission. Local leaders and Red Cross officials applauded the military's presence, highlighting its role in building trust and fostering collaborative efforts to promote peace, health, and development in previously insecure regions.
On to educational matters. Moi Air Base Primary School has achieved outstanding success at the 63rd Kenya National Drama and Film Festivals 2025 held in Nakuru County. The school emerged first nationally in the Hadithi Yetu choral verse category for lower primary. In addition, the school secured the first runners-up position nationally in the primary choral verse category. Their remarkable performance also earned them a special award from Equity Bank. As a result of their excellence, the pupils were selected to perform at the prestigious state concert, where they presented their item to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya and the Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces. Honorable Dr. William Samoei Ruto. On to spiritual matters, Right Reverend Wallace Ng'ang'a, the Bishop of the Military Ordinariate of Kenya, made a pastoral visit to the Kenya Defence Forces Recruits Training School. In his address to the soldiers at Defence Forces Recruits Training School, the Bishop quoted the year of Jubilee of hope and encouraged the soldiers to face life challenges with prayer, serve with dignity, nurture family ties, and practice financial discipline. Get ready for an extraordinary event at one of the most breathtaking locations in the world. Welcome to the 16th CISM World Military Golf Championship, happening from June 22nd to June 29th, 2025 at Diamond's Laser Beach and Golf Resort in Diani, Kenya. Join us as military golfers from around the globe compete for the prestigious title in a spectacular setting. Experience the thrill of competition on our world-class golf course designed to challenge the best while surrounded by the natural beauty of Kenya's coastline. This championship isn't just about golf, it's about camaraderie, cultural exchange, and forging friendships across borders. Witness the spirit of sportsmanship as military personnel unite for a week of competition and connection. Mark your calendars, June 22nd to June 29th, 2025, the 16th CISM World Military Golf Championship at Diamond's Leisure Beach and Golf Resort. Whether you are a participant or a spectator, this is an event you won't want to miss. Join us for an unforgettable week of golf, friendship, and adventure in beautiful Diani, Kenya. 16th CISM Golf Championship. Friendship through sport. For sponsorship and support, email us through cismkenya@mod.go.ke. And that's it for this week. We appreciate your time with us. We look forward to your interactions with us on our social media platforms and your company with us next Friday for the KDF Friday Bulletin. The Kenya Defence Forces fraternity takes this opportunity to wish all Christian faithfuls happy Easter holidays. May this Easter bring a sense of hope, joy, and renewal onto your lives and your loved ones. I've been your host, Sergeant Kasim Ali. Goodbye and be blessed.